Weird on video.
Alright, we are back. I guess we're gonna have those lines on the side.
Sorry.
Everybody say hello to my adoptive brother, her husband, Boob. Booby.
Hi.
He is the third founding member of the Status Initiative.
Wait,
so
why can't
Tip
why
of the
doesn't
hat.
the phone go full screen?
I don't know, because the quality.
something about the video quality. Okay.
It's cool. It's
Yeah,
alright,
we have to do
everybody.
that so that it doesn't cut us off every 10 minutes.
It's alright.
And it'll record for like 33 minutes, and then it'll clip into a new one, so we don't have to worry
33
about
minutes. That sounds familiar.
We're still awesome.
Jump.
Ha.
it.
A little BSG reference there.
Alright, so we were talking about...
I'm going mining.
Bye.
By the way, he's playing with this fucking VR. I'm gonna do a whole video on this.
Oculus
This
Rift.
virtual reality thing is, anybody who hasn't seen this, holy shit. Yeah, it's like an acid trip. It's seriously like a fucking acid trip.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's very... I think we've gone too far.
I think so too,
We have
because
not
he's
gone
never going to come out.
far enough.
You're never going to come back out.
I want a haptic vest,
Oh, God.
gloves, pants. I want to feel it.
I'll basically
That's
be a
gonna be
widow.
crazy
I'll
awesome.
basically be a widow.
Yeah.
That's
You're
true.
gonna have the
I'll
brain
get
dead,
you one. You can
the
hop in.
vegetable husband on VR life support.
Yep. Who's
Hey,
going to
man.
raise our daughter?
Next week's video will be sponsored by VR. We will all be wearing headsets.
Yeah. But seriously,
Enjoy.
if you've seen like videos of VR on YouTube or something, trust me, you don't understand. This is like
weird.
really crazy
Super
experience. I feel like this is
We
fake
were in
now.
some kind of strip club with naked Marge Simpson.
Yeah, we
She had a big
we had like
bottle of Jack Daniels.
there's naked Marge Simpson. There was like a demon creature, naked
like,
demon creature girls with
stripper
wings and
chicks
shit. There was
everywhere.
strippers dancing on
You
stage.
can walk around. It's like a club.
I
Oh,
shook
man.
someone's hand, a
Mhm.
real person.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
She popped up and she had her hand. She just had a head and a hand, and she reached out and I reached
Dude,
out and
what?
took her hand. It
That's
was awesome.
trippy. Well, he logged on to the TwitchCon yesterday, or whatever day that was. I don't know what day it is. Anyway, he was logged on to TwitchCon. We watched some cool like heavy metal band do a Celine Dion song from Titanic, and it was amazing. And then while I'm sitting there and I have the thing on, it's like you're sitting in like a theater kind of situation, and you can kind of see like little heads kind of here and there or whatever. And I look over, and this weird like character is sitting in the seat next to the one that I was sitting at. And it's a head and like a little like torso, and then just a box of like popcorn, and that's it. And he like looked over at me and like did like a little wave, and I'm like, oh hi, and then he just started pouring popcorn all over.
No, you know what I'm gonna do next chance I get
The
with
band
that
was
thing?
really cool. It was called Dragon Force, I think, but it was rad.
If I get
super
I
rad.
get a chance to do the movie theater thing, I'm gonna sit next to somebody. I'm gonna just stare at them and have their hand.
Creep.
Oh my god, it's really crazy.
You're
Anyways,
a creeper.
yeah, I'm gonna be a VR creeper. So
Welcome back.
where were we? We were talking about Greta Thunberg's
autism.
extensive list of behavioral disorders, and
Yes, and
how
how
it's somehow this is
makes
relevant
her-
to her ability to be a public speaker.
less credible when talking about environmental issues, apparently.
Right.
Because we all know, no problem there, the environment's totally fine. Anyways, so I'm curious to see what relevance
Yeah,
does
let's see
the
where he
Asperger's
takes it.
syndrome, the OCD, and the autism have to do with anything that she is trying to
And most
accomplish.
especially, what does it have to do with Angelina Jolie? Because I think that's very important.
Maybe Angelina Jolie suffers from OCD.
Secretly,
And
she's in the
there's
closet.
the connection. Boom.
We've
Right
solved
there.
the mystery.
Right there.
It's a serious disability. It is a form of mental retardation. And
Being
that
Angelina
is who
Jolie.
and what Greta Thunberg is. She
And?
is
No,
a mentally
okay.
retarded teenager.
See, now he just went ahead and said, like, he can say all he wants that she has mental retardation, and by the way, You're not going to catch us suggesting that there's anything innately offensive about the word retardation. That's really bad idea to do that, honestly. Retardation means to be stunted. So that's precisely that's what it says, that's what it means, that's what it is. If people use it in an offensive, derogatory manner, then
they're dicks.
Slap them and shun them. That tisk tisk, no, that's all that needs saying. But insofar as regards the word as it's being used here, it's not an offense.
We're not going down that fucking road. The road we are going down, though, is that the sentence he just
said that this is who and what she is.
A mentally retarded teenager,
her diagnosis defines her as a being.
So because she is a mentally retarded teenager, in his words, then she should not be able to be an environmental activist?
Which, honestly, if that were the case, if she should, and technically...
Just go home, Greta, because...
Yeah, technically being
what does that have
intellectually
to do with
disabled in that manner should, for all intents and purposes, make it very difficult for you to do this, which should make it all that much more impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
But... that would make her a very impressive, powerful female figure. I'm gonna call it right there. That's his problem.
What's wrong with that?
That's his problem.
Yes, maybe that could possibly be it. I'm not going to pretend
I'm not gonna bring up the quote unquote.
I can only speculate.
I'm not gonna bring up the quote unquote dirts that our operator has in fact dug up on this à-bas-le-ciel character, but I will say that there is very evident reason for him to be exceptionally afraid or intimidated or perturbed even by powerful female figures, especially young, powerful female figures.
A lot of men are, and I think that some of it has to do with just conditioning, which obviously the blame can't be laid at the feet of the person that's been conditioned. So in that sense, I get it.
At a certain point, if you're given
an
his
adult person,
given his intellectual prowess, and when we say adult, I mean we're referring to maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. You could be a 50-year-old child. A lot of people are.
There are a lot of them, yes.
The world is run by them, but you could also be a 16-year-old fully matured adult with Asperger's syndrome who's out there kicking ass at very, high degree. So
I mean, it's something that, like I said earlier, people bandwagon. It's a natural thing. It's a human thing to do. And for all we know, this girl who's had all these, crazy disorders, been diagnosed, we don't know what her life has been like. She's obviously very young, hasn't had a very long one, but we don't know anything about her personal life or day to day, or her parents, or how she was raised, or if they, who knows? We don't know any of that crap.
She started off with the thing sitting on the street with the sign, which suggests that she comes from humble prospects.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that makes sense to me, but whatever it is, I mean, she obviously is passionate about this particular subject and the environment, and we don't know why she's this passionate, but it's okay that she is passionate about something. I don't know. She picked one thing that she's passionate about and freaking ran with it. I mean,
she's focused. She's determined.
I don't get what's so bad about that.
And if she's backed, I don't know, if she's backed by somebody with funding. Obviously, somebody's going to send her here on this very expensive boat. So, I mean, that's something for us to look into. But let's see where the fuck he's taking this.
But if it does even a little bit of good, I mean, is that?
It could be doing a great deal of good. This very well could be a conspiracy.
So what if some kind of conspiratorial Rothschild put her on some fancy yacht and got her over here and was like, go to the Climate Action Summit at the UN. Yeah, get on up there. Like, what if it? Right,
it could be. It could be a conspiracy to do good.
Right. What if it does a little bit of good? Does that mean that no longer matters because of the way that it happened,
or because of the
circumstances,
the intellectual situation
of
the
her
person,
personally.
of
Yeah,
her person,
I don't see how any
which
of that.
apparently she is just ultimately defined by these diagnoses.
That is who she is.
Who and what?
Nature by the strict definition of mentally retarded. And you know what? She may be more intelligent than Angelina Jolie. I hate to make the comparison. I'd hate to figure out who wins in that arm wrestling match over who has a greater intellect or has more to offer the world in international politics, Greta Thunberg or Angelina Jolie. Do you want to live in a society where we are ruled by celebrities?
Are we
where
being
supposedly
ruled?
elite levels of supposedly
Mind you, how many presidents have we had that were actors?
So
Like,
right in that at that moment, he pops up a picture of Angelina at a podium speaking to the United Nations.
which is, by the way, how you effectively spot cast an audience.
So there's one at least relevant comparison is that they both spoke to the UN. Okay, congratulations. You found one thing that they are actually having common. But I don't, he's talking about being ruled by celebrities.
Right, and she's
look
not
who our president is. Like, of
exactly
course we are ruled by celebrities. Like, hello. There is no question about it. That is actually happening. So why not use it to do some good?
Yeah, and by the way, firstly, she's not really, I mean, she has amassed some level of celebrity, but she is not a celebrity, technically, at least not yet.
Right.
A. And B, Eisel, I should like to remind you that so are you.
A little bit, in a certain way. And instead of using, a podium and a microphone, you're using this tool here.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and while you do it,
it's no different.
you're also removing your audience's ability entirely to react and to interact with you in any way. I mean, what does that say?
I actually think that's kind of smart because
It's very smart. It's very smart. But it's very implicative as well.
I mean,
it's a tell. It's your poker face on.
It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't he have like a bunch of different like YouTube channels and other
He's got
things?
a few, I think,
so
yeah,
it kind of does make sense. If it was just like one
It's
YouTube channel and that's it, and you turn your comments off, I guess it could be
the reason that he
implicative,
would
like
be
you said,
disabling
but
the comments.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I would fucking do the same.
Ultimately, the reason why he's disabling the comments is kind of from a marketing perspective because it diverts people.
Exactly.
People who want to talk, it's diverting them to his Discord server.
What do we engage with? Things that piss us off. So it makes sense. I get it. I think it's a smart thing that you turn your comments off.
Because you do get when
distraction.
you're he's a controversial person just as we are, and he or she gets trollers, which by the way, trollers.
Hi trollers. Nice
Why
to
aren't
see
you replying? Are you afraid of something? I go
so
ahead.
Sad.
Fucking tell us what's woo woo.
Aw.
Jeez.
It's so hard to be a troller and you don't get it.
I got sore muscles.
Bam! Alright, so we're being ruled by celebrities. Newsflash.
Democratic and bureaucratic governance are open to people like Angelina Jolie and people like Greta Thunberg to sit at that table, to sit at the microphone, to either have real influence or at least to wield a semblance of influence on behalf of the public, on behalf of you and I. Neither Angelina Jolie nor Greta Thunberg have passed through any of the levels of public scrutiny and cross-examination that you would have to pass through to be elected as the mayor of a small town.
All right.
That's a modest measure
So
of democracy.
it's kind of a jealousy thing, sort of, but
The threat to democracy is what he's going to plant the flag in.
yeah,
Which I guess kind of, I mean, it makes a little bit of sense, I get it, but like I said, look who our president is, bro. If somebody wants somebody in there, you're the conspiracy theorist here, it will happen. All it takes is buckets of cash, right?
Actually,
It's
we're the
buckets of
conspiracy
cash.
theorists because we don't know if that's what he's actually implying.
No, I
we
mean,
just jumped on that.
well, why bring up the yacht?
I know, right? I know.
If that's not what you're implying, and I am implying that I get it.
Well,
It makes sense.
I
You
think
pay
he's,
buckets of cash and now you get to be the president.
yeah, he's implying that there's money behind her.
Again, though, if it's for a good cause, and I have not watched. We should watch the new video that he just put out about the
Yeah, we'll actually jump into that next.
climate.
This one's almost over,
crisis.
so we can let's cap this off. We got 1 minute.
All right.
Please think about how difficult it would be for me, yes, I myself, if I wanted to run for mayor of a small town, the local press, the local radio station, the local newspapers would pick through every one of my YouTube videos, every one of my offensive opinions. They'd go and interview someone who knew me in high school who claims that I said some racist stuff when I was 15 years old or something. They would dig up all the dirt, everything would be cross-examined. I'd have to justify all of my promises and all of my claims. If I made promises to improve the environment when running for mayor, I'd have to do the math and prove that makes sense. There'd be a huge level of scrutiny. And you know what? That scrutiny, it is one of the fundamentally redeeming qualities of the democratic system. And then if I manage to get elected to be mayor of a small town, at least I'd be able to say, yes, I represent these people. I put myself forward as a candidate, and I was chosen to play this role, to play this job.
Okay, so the level of scrutiny that he's referring to is all these celebrities, the cancel culture kind of thing, where all these people are digging through 10-year-old tweets and getting people in trouble and making them apologize, and then telling them that all we want you to do is apologize, and then when they do apologize, you say, well, that's not enough, and so you have to stop working forever, and you can't have a job, and so I understand his big problem with this,
Yeah,
but
right.
again...
And I mean, if you have a fuck ton of money backing you up, you could, for example, go ahead and talk about, forcefully grabbing women's vaginas without their consent and still be elected president.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he's right.
So you can dig up all the dirt that you want, but how people take it is a whole other matter that you can't really control the reaction of the populace. Like people, Kevin Hart can't work again, but Donald Trump can be the president. Like, it makes no sense. There is no... Oh, wait, who was the dude that was standing right next to Donald Trump when he said the pussy thing? That guy, got fired and got, blacklisted, and but the other guy standing there that actually said it was like, we want you to be the president. It makes no sense, and there is no rhyme or reason, which is a little frustrating, and I can understand his frustration, absolutely. But just because nobody dug up any kind of crazy dirt on Angelina Jolie doesn't mean that it's been, it's been hidden, it's covered up, she's actually really bad, but just nobody found it. Is that...
Yeah,
is that the implication?
She's a celebrity, so I mean, she
has a very public life, right?
It kind of bypasses that level of scrutiny, being a celebrity, because I mean, shit, that's the merit of her character having been earned in her works. Like, she doesn't need to be put under this scrutiny.
Because she's not being elected mayor.
She's not being elected mayor.
She's an actress. So he's comparing, again, apples and oranges. He's comparing celebrities and politicians.
And this girl,
and
the activist,
Greta,
who...
all three of these things being compared that... It doesn't really make sense.
This girl, Greta Thunberg, is in fact being put under that scrutiny right now in your video.
And plenty of others. Plenty of other videos. I'm sure a lot of people, but again, how much dirt can there be to dig up on a girl who's 17, which is why you go straight for the autism thing, which is kind of an easy out in that.
It's kind of a, but at the same time,
she's not corrupt, but she is dumb.
It's also,
break,
kind
man.
of out of bounds. Like, it's not cool
relevant
to be attacking her disabilities
for no reason. She's not being elected
She's
mayor.
not.
She gave
There's
a speech.
nothing about what she's doing is of any detriment to us or to anybody for that matter.
Not that I can see. I mean, not that I'm aware of.
I mean,
maybe he just has more insight.
Yeah, well,
He
I mean, he
sees all the
could actually.
detriment.
He
I mean,
very well
that's
could.
what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe the detriment just hasn't presented itself
Yeah,
yet.
I was thinking he could be covering his ass because he sees something bad coming and he wants to be the one who called it out in advance. But at the same time, he just really doesn't want to be the one on the bandwagon. That's his thing. He's the kind of an antisocial character.
Anti-bandwagon, which is, again, another bandwagon.
Yeah, he's jumping on the smaller...
The hipster thing. Oh,
Yeah.
I liked that before everybody else did. Like, isn't that the joke about hipsters? Like,
Yeah, it's
the
kind of like-
anti-bandwagon bandwagon.
It's the lesser driven bandwagon with the somewhat more powerful engine.
No,
really.
I get it. So, actresses, mayors, and Greta Thunberg. Let's finish this up because he's got about a minute left.
So, respect my opinion to that extent. Democracy is weak. It can be devoured by bureaucracy. It can be devoured by fascism. It can be devoured by socialism. It can be devoured by communism. And it can be devoured by celebrity headline culture and the likes of Angelina Jolie.
I mean, really, people like to disrespect my crew, but the fact is that you know my name and I don't know you.
That's,
Okay, well, what did I do?
Nothing. It's over.
I
I think.
It could be devoured by the likes of... I mean, that was pretty
No, I'm
dramatic.
not being a jerk just for the...
Okay, stop. That was pretty dramatic. Kind of funny. But, I mean, yeah, sure, you've got points to
Interesting
make there.
conclusion. It's definitely an interesting conclusion.
I'm
that he
I'm
decided
not
to
really
go for-
seeing why he's going after
Well,
her.
because he's looking out for democracy, man.
Right.
He's a good guy.
What
Just
does
wants
this...
to make sure that democracy is firm.
This has nothing to fucking do with democracy. This is about activism, A. B. It's about... I mean, activism is supportive of democracy in and of itself. And it's
In a
about
way.
her actually... Like, I think it's likely just kind of it's going to be that intimidated by the powerful female character presence thing, and B, it's going to be a little bit of jealousy on the fact that she was able to accomplish this, you know, with
all
little
the
effort and such
with
a
all the
short time, and with
disabilities.
maybe not little effort.
Yeah, well, I
I mean,
don't know.
she did seem to put a great deal of effort into making this happen. It's just she hit hard, she hit fast, she hit with an appropriate strategy.
Would
She did well.
his video or his opinion be different if all that was like a happenstance kind of thing where some news channel stuck a mic in her face while she was doing her strike thing?
I mean, if
And it just
happened,
went viral.
yeah.
Right. Like,
I
would that
think
be
that's-
different?
I
Because
think that's what it is because it went viral because it essentially hit bigger than he is, and he's worked so hard for
That
what
seems-
he's achieved,
that seems like
and
a...
she didn't have to work so hard for what she's achieved. She's younger. She's
But we don't know
female.
that. Maybe she
Well, we do
worked
know that
extremely
she
hard.
didn't have to put in. She couldn't possibly have put in as much time.
But
and
you don't know
effort.
that. You don't have autism and any kind of...
No, and actually that's going to exacerbate her situation.
So-
It's going to make her time that much more valuable.
And her effort that much more
That much more
important. I mean,
yeah.
you know, so maybe it was a great deal of effort. What I'm saying is that we don't know. Would his opinion be different if it was just something that kind of happened and went viral? Because that's basically what happened. The only difference is that she ended up in New York at the UN instead of just on some random like local news channel or something. And it went viral. So is the fact that it went viral or that she was standing at a podium or not even at a podium? She was just sitting on a stage on a chair with a mic.
I don't know. This is honestly raising more questions than
That's what
answers.
I'm
left
saying.
in
I'm
the
very
video.
curious about many of these things
Um,
in this video because I've watched this guy's videos. I mean, not all of
Well,
them or anything, but
we-
he seems very smart and well spoken. I feel like it's it's an easy punch to be like, you know, look at this retarded girl. God.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we
weird.
We have a sequel to work with, so let's kick off this next one here.
You wanna start it?
Yeah,
All right.
everyone is lying. Everyone is
So-
lying about climate change, the phony politics of crisis management. This one should be super interesting.
Which I am curious about because there is a lot of phony politics going on about a lot of stuff, not just crisis management, but if in fact we are in the midst of some kind of crisis, then it's just going to be a shit show because of the phony politics.
Right,
So
it's a
I
cry
get it.
wolf scenario, and I mean, technically, you could say the crisis management just about covers everything.
Yeah, right. And it's not just environmental. I like that he, broadened that out a little bit and generalized that instead of just. I think that the everyone is lying about climate change. He seems to do that a lot with his titles.
Yeah,
He's
it's
still
kind of,
satirical.
Satirical or
Yes.
even sarcastic to some extent.
Sarcastic kind of titles. So I totally get that. That's hilarious. And
Yeah.
he's absolutely right. The phony politics of crisis management. So far,
he's got a thumbs up here on this one.
the
Is
glare.
right side up?
Yep.
Okay.
There are two schools of thought, and two only, about politics. One is that lack of life experience makes people bad at politics. And the other is that life experience itself makes people bad at politics. Which do you think is worse? Sitting down and trying to come up with pragmatic solutions for climate change with a bunch of teenagers who really have no life experience yet? Or sitting down with 55-year-old career computer programmers? Trying to talk politics with guys who've spent their whole lives working in computer programming? Very frustrating, very counterproductive. What's going on in terms of the translation of climate science into political action? It's partly so tragic and counterproductive because climate scientists have a lot more in common with computer programmers than they have in common with political philosophers, or, to be blunt, people like myself who spent their whole lives obsessing over political philosophy, political history, the organization of social movements, the way parliaments and governments work, so on and so forth.
Very interesting opening. I have a lot of questions about that. So, two schools of thought and two schools of thought only about politics, which I think that there's a lot of people who don't know dipshit about politics that throw their opinions and their thoughts into the mix. So there's many more than two types of thinking about politics. So that just kind of was interesting. But I guess I can see where he's going. Again, a weird comparison. Teenagers who have no life experience compared with specifically computer programmers who are at least 50 years old or older.
But why computer programmers? That's
Right.
confusing. That
It
we
is a
should
little
use that.
confusing right out the gate.
Honestly, I think that's probably a confusion tactic. Like he's trying to confuse us.
Well, it worked because,
Yeah.
again, the apples and oranges thing.
It's opening us up for whatever he has to present here in the next 25 minutes or
Right.
so.
It's narrowing it down so that we go into this thing with that very narrow kind of anticipation of, well, what about computer
Right,
programmers, instead of just stopping and being like, what about computer programmers?
Likely this is what the reason he opened up with that specifically is going to be it's going to be a sleight of mind tactic wherein he's confusing, disorienting us for the most part, because I mean, you got to think about how does that apply? What is that supposed to mean? Your brain's running in circles trying to figure that out.
A little bit.
And at the same time, it's diverting your attention towards a specific consideration that probably has nothing to do with what he's really talking about. So
he kind of tricked you there with the generalized title and the very specific road we're going down with the actual video.
It's another instance of spot casting at work. This is how to effectively do it, by the way.
It's interesting. I think it's very interesting. Again, what is his deal with teenagers? Oh my gosh, like...
His deal with teenagers?
I don't know, like specifically regarding politics and climate change. Like he's really got Bug up his butt about teenagers. My thought is that teenagers, yes, without the life experience and the fully developed, brains, I guess aren't going to be too helpful when trying to, again, manage crises or whatever. But at the very least, they have a different opinion and a different perspective of a certain problem or whatever. So, I mean, it's not at all useless to get the perspective of a younger person or younger generation.
Two things I want to say on that, I can say on that, maybe don't want to say, but I will say is, our politics are being like overrun by teenagers. Like all the kids are running around with their political considerations nowadays.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
And
it's like politics has become the trendy
pander. Yes, because everyone's so scared of getting sued and getting mocked or getting canceled
they
pander. And then you have these corporations who are, they come out with their pandery, fake ass, diversity campaigns and their tolerance campaigns. When, yeah, that's great and everything, diversity and tolerance, A plus for you, Coca-Cola or Walmart or whatever the hell it is, but it's just pandering because you're scared of getting bad PR or getting sued and paying out a giant lawsuit to some college kid who said they were offended. So at the same time, these younger kids are going all in with the cancel culture and the offense Olympics.
The offense Olympics, yeah.
The offense Olympics that it is actually causing like some change within everyday society and stuff with regards to, giant corporations and companies and stuff. But it's fake ass, they're just afraid of being sued. And then they eat it up like, oh my God, look at how bad, they did this great. Now it's, it's so diverse. This company has, a bunch of women working for them and Native people, like whatever the cause is, they're just doing that so they don't get sued or canceled.
But it's tricky. It's a tricky area. It's tough to say whether we can, whether we want to be for or against that in any specific way, because again, the values that are put in play have lasting effects in the subconscious.
And also, like we said before, or expressed before, if it does a little bit of good, then who the fuck are we to say that the way that it happened
and it
was
is doing
shitty?
a little bit of good.
It just seems a little shady, I guess.
Yeah, and
in my eyes.
And it's just gone way too far. It's getting really
shady.
out of control, and it's honestly, it does appear to be conspiratorial in the sense that it is in effect distracting and dividing us in so many different ways.
And for the purposes of, in some cases, just making profits.
For purposes of profit.
Protecting those profits.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, almost seemingly for the purpose of it itself, just dividing and distracting us. Yes, they're making profits off it. It's a convenient side effect, but it seems as though this is really like an infection in our